Welcome to the Sixth House. I am Alicia Moon, and I am here to extend the invitation for you to come inside where we are striving to improve our health. In a previous video, I explained to you that I will be embarking on a 21-day fast, and I wanted to invite you on that journey with me. And the purpose of this video is really to not just introduce the fast to you, but to also explain the benefits of fasting. Now, I've never done a 21-day fast before. In fact, the longest length of time that I have fasted has been 3 days. And even though it's a shorter period of time, I derive great benefits from fasting. Now, this one I am doing for several different reasons. Of course, spiritual reasons. I'm doing it for mental reasons. But the purpose of this video is to explain the physical benefits for those of you who are either seeking to improve health, want to change up a diet, maybe to heal yourselves from a disease process, or just want to simply experience fasting. I am doing an intermittent fast initially for the first week, and then I will eventually go on into a full fast, but there are benefits of either. So just to explain just what I have experienced in my 3-day fast, it will kind of give you a preview of the things that are to come in a fuller fast. My first day of fasting, my body reset itself as the body will, and I could tell that my blood sugars were leveling out. The second day was a bit of a test, but it was mind over matter, and I was able to remain steadfast, and I must tell you that I have never had as much energy as I had during the fast. I felt absolutely amazing, and I suffer from an autoimmune disease called mixed connective tissue disease, which is 3 disease processes in one, and I generally have some type of pain every day. I had absolutely no pain whatsoever. So those are some of the things that you will experience, especially for the chronic pain sufferers, those with diabetes, and anyone with high blood pressure. This kind of give you just an overview of what happens in the body when you fast. So initially, as I mentioned, the body will reset itself. It has to go into either fight mode or flight mode. Regardless, the body is going to prepare itself for survival. So in resetting itself, the pancreas will function at an optimal level. That means that you will ward off insulin resistance. So your blood sugars will normalize, and this is whether you have diabetes or not. If you're prone to your blood sugars dropping, you may experience a dip in your blood sugars, but if you just maintain the fast, then it will level out. Secondly, your heart is not going to work as hard as it usually would. Your blood pressure will lower, and your cholesterol levels will lower. Cholesterol is generally measured by the amount of fat that's left in the circulatory system, the amount of fat that develops into plaque that lines the walls of your blood vessels. And if there's plaque there, then of course there's going to be resistance in the blood flowing through. And when that happens, then your blood pressure shoots up. Well, when you fast, the body goes through a cleansing cycle. So it's going to get rid of plaque, excess fat, and waste. So as a result of that, blood pressure is going to normalize. So it won't be a need for blood pressure medicine. Third of all, the state of inflammation is gone. We engage in one of the greatest wars at every meal. Because of what this society is accustomed to eating, we are eating foods that are riddled with additives that cause the body to go into a state of inflammation just through a digestive process. But when you're fasting, You don't have that to contend with, and so every organ is able to function at a higher level. And so they are no longer going through that state of inflammation, and as a result, pain disappears. So for all the chronic arthritis sufferers, anyone has an autoimmune disease, the inflammation is gone, and so the pain, therefore, is gone. You also are able to enjoy a much clearer state of mind. So even the brain is functioning because the circulatory system is pumping the blood there. It's not concentrated in the gut for a long period of time. So you're able to think more clearly, and you're actually able to gain better control of your emotional state as well. So those are just a few of the benefits from it. But let me just offer a word of caution. For anyone who is on routine medication, you don't want to just enter into a fast without preparing your body first, because the body is an adaptive machine. So if you start taking medicine, then it's going to adapt to that. I'll give you an example. For persons who are chronic steroid takers, your adrenal system is no longer working because you are putting the steroids inside. So you have to prepare the body to start back making the steroid or the hormone. So you have to gradually wean yourself. So an intermittent fast will probably be best for anyone who is taking blood pressure medicine on a regular basis, diabetic medications on a regular basis, steroids on a regular basis. You should wean yourself off of those things without just going cold turkey, as well as those who may be taking medication for depression or anxiety. You want to wean yourself off of those medications before you fast. So an intermittent fast will probably be better for you all. And what I mean by that is, in several different ways. You can just declare that you will not eat until after sundown. Or you can do an 8-hour fast. Or you can say, I'm only going to eat between this window of time, maybe an 8-hour window of time, and that's it. Or you can eat during the day and don't eat after sundown, But there are different ways of fasting, and so you can just gradually work your way into it. Now, for me, one of the greater results that I'm looking forward to is my state of inflammation being gone. Right now, I'm having a limited range of motion in this arm here. I can get it this far. And before I couldn't do this, but I've been working on it now for months. I have not had any x-rays done, but I'm really positive that I have damage done to my rotator cuff. But I could not get it this far, but now I can. So this is a great big difference than what I can do in this arm. Do whatever I want to with this one. So after my 21 days, I am looking forward to being able to have a greater range of motion, less inflammation, and no pain in this arm. And as a matter of fact, I'm expecting this to come by day 3. I will share that with you, as well as anything else that I have gleaned from my fast. And as I have extended the invitation before, I just want you to know that the doors of the 6th house are always open for those of you who are keenly interested in improving your health. Thank you for joining me.